I think there are four stages to a relationship.
Okay. Stage one.
Stage one is admiration. That's when you don't have a relationship with this person.
You admire, like,
I look at you and I'm like, this person's hot. They have something about them. I like their qualities. I like their energy.
They have a good potential.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, that doesn't even mean they have good potential for you right now. It just means this is a person of high potential in some way.
You admire them, yeah.
The second stage is connection. And you could, I think, in a sense, connection and chemistry are both relevant to this stage. Because you have this person where there's a mutual like. I like things about you, you like things about me. I think you're attractive, you think I'm attractive. We share some common ideas, common grounds in life, our outlook, whatever.
Beliefs, yeah.
Yeah. That could be found on a great date, right? Doesn't really mean much still. This is the plot of land.
Yeah, you can have great sex, there can be chemistry, you can make out all night.
None of this means you're going to have a great relationship.
Okay.
The third stage is commitment. That says, I want to do this with you. I am committed to building with you. And you are committed to building with me. Right? That's a really great stage to be at. It's very important, right? You can't have a relationship without that. Any relationship without that, or where that's one-sided, is unrequited love by definition. And there are a ton of people out there right now who say, I created a program recently called Attraction to Commitment, which literally dealt with why people keep getting stuck in limbo.
Yeah.
Why they keep getting stuck in the casual phases and it never gets to a relationship. And one of the things that fascinates me is how long we stay with something that's just casual, that isn't a real relationship, on the hope that it will change. Unrequited love, certainly unrequited commitment.
Yeah, it's a nice time when you're like 23, right?
Right. That's stage 3. Stage 4 is compatibility.
Man.
And the hard thing, I think, for a lot of people is, I used to question this one myself. Like, if, the idea love conquers all, right?
It doesn't. It does not.
I wish. I like it. I like that phrase.
It's an amazing...
I love the phrase. I love the sentiment of it.
It's an amazing bumper sticker,
And there's nothing, what is more powerful in the world than love.
And all you need is love?
Yeah, apparently, apparently not.
It's not true.
We need a little more. You can have love without commitment, right? And you can have commitment without compatibility.
Interesting.
And this is where things get... I used to think, well, maybe commitment is enough, and maybe issues with compatibility can be overcome as long as two people are truly committed to each other. I don't believe that anymore. I think that it goes beyond commitment. To truly last, you have to have two people who are really compatible. Like, okay, let's say we got commitment. Two people want to be together.
They admire each other. They have chemistry.
Right.
They say, I'm committed to you.
But one person's sex drive is here, and the other one's is here.
Not compatible.
This is going to be difficult, right?
One person likes to spend a lot of money. Another person wants to save all the money.
Right.
One person believes in a certain religion. Another person doesn't believe in that.
One person, wants to spend 5 days a week together. The other person is happy with one night a week together.
One person wants their family to move in. The other person wants their space.
Right. These are serious, serious issues that often end relationships. And so, to me, if you want to say how do you know when you found your match?
All 4.
4 stages.
All 4.
I admire this person. We have connection and chemistry. We have genuine mutual commitment, and we're compatible.
How do you know if you're fully compatible or somewhat compatible? And is there a spectrum of what's possible?
Yeah, I wrestled with that for years myself.
We're compatible here, but not here.
And can we overcome this incompatibility here? It goes back to, is it one of my deal breakers? Is it really important to me? Or can I let up here? And does the other person understand the sacrifice I'm making in letting up there? And do they show
An appreciation
for it? And do they, do they see me for that compromise that I'm making?
Or do they just expect you should do it easily?
Yeah. You should have. That's the way I am, so that's the way you should be.
Right.
And to me, again, part of growing up is realizing I wasn't always right. I was, there were things that I used to, I've looked at ways that I've been in relationships in my past where I did something and I just so thought I was in the right and so took for granted what someone else was doing for me, the way that they were being forgiving, understanding, and just completely took that for granted, and I think, man, I mean, you talk about, 4 years ago we were together on this. What's the biggest difference in my life? Being fucking humbled.
How so?
Oh God, in so many ways. In so many ways.
Thinking you had it figured out in one way, but realizing that there was a lot of growth still.
Thinking you wouldn't experience this kind of pain or worry or anxiety or fear. And then, it turns out that I can feel that too. And those people who used to that I used to hear using the word anxiety, who I used to think, why is everyone fucking talking about anxiety? Like, what is wrong with everyone? Oh shit.
Yeah.
The ways that you realize you're more vulnerable than you thought, that mistakes you thought you'd never make, you made.
You make, yeah.
You said where everyone else's mistakes.
Oh man, yeah.
And then you make them. Things that were going well for you for a long time and then all of a sudden didn't go as well and you thought they were just always going to go well. There's all sorts of things. You go, man. And that to me is what, as you get older, you hopefully, Socrates said the mark of an educated man is someone who has some awareness of how little they know. And hopefully, every year I realize how little I know.
Yeah.
More and more, I realize how much I don't know. And that has it's made me better.
Yeah.
It's made me better. It's made me more forgiving. It's made me more empathetic. It's made me less judgmental. It's made me a better coach, a better speaker. Not to be so sure of myself about everything all the time,
Yeah.
Which doesn't always make for great Instagram quotes. Because you got to be. I know. If I know one thing, I know this. Maybe I feel I know less now than I did 5 years ago, and maybe that's a good thing.
It is a good thing, I think. Humility is a good thing. Yeah. We all need it at times. I'm curious, for all the women who come to your retreats who are suffering, they deeply want this love, this connection, this compatibility, commitment. They want all these things that we're talking about. And they feel like they've been struggling for years. They've done the dating apps. They've gone on hundreds of dates. For all the people at your retreats or the women who are watching or listening at home that just want to find their match, their partner, what's the first step they can take to start getting out of the weeds of like failure after failure and start seeing some progress to greater potential matches? Or
a couple of things. I mean, firstly, there's a guy called John Kay who wrote a book called Obliquity. And the whole idea of the book was obliquity is when you reach goals through indirect means. So if you take building a business, you're far more like, if your goal is to make money, instead of focusing on making money, focus on all the things that provide value to people.
Yeah.
Because the making money part will be the byproduct.
Right.
If you focus on, I need to get rich, I need to get rich, I need to get rich, you're probably not going to do the things that are going to get you rich.
Right.
Because what makes you financially wealthy? The relationships you take time to build, that often for a long time. You don't ask for anything, you don't even care to, you're just building, the products that you create for no reason, then you just think that they're great or that you think they have value or whatever, the service that you provide people, it's not, what's the quickest way for me to make money? Most people like that don't get rich.
Right.
In a relationship, there's all these things that build a relationship that really have that don't feel like they have anything to do with a relationship. Like, who would say, knowing what you would do with the next 10 hours of your life, if it was free, is actually going to be a huge determinant of the health of your relationship? It's like one's over here and one's over here.
Right.
Shouldn't we be talking about how to have better sex?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we be talking about how to communicate well with my partner? No, we're talking about you being an independently attractive, purpose-driven, independent person who is attractive just to watch from afar because of the life you lead. That's going to lead to a much better relationship. By the way, even that will lead to better sex.
Yeah.